Mortgage story time. My client is a young 21-year-old man. He went home shopping with a realtor and put an offer in on a house. He reached out to me to obtain financing as it was go time for him. He was not pre-approved, so that made things a little bit more tricky, but he was very quick to get me all of his documents, so that was great. And I was able to reach him anytime I needed to, so we really worked good together. And he was a very kind young man. I pulled his credit and his Equifax came up empty. We pulled a TransUnion report to see if anything would come up there for him, as some lenders will look to a TransUnion report on exception. This report did have one trade line. It was a credit card. It had less than 30% utilization rate, so he was responsible with his credit. However, it wasn't open for 2 years yet. The second part of the deal that lenders were iffy on was the fact that he went to university for a couple of years after high school, and then he started working. So he was right around the 2-year mark of full-time work experience. Lenders like to see 3 years of work history. The combination of the lack of credit and limited full-time work experience was too much for the lenders, so we had to add a co-signer at the last minute. His co-signer was equally as great in getting me all the documents I required, so that definitely helped. We have a plan going forward to build up his credit, so his co-signer has to remain on his mortgage for as little time as possible. In the end, we were able to get this deal done, but the lesson learned here is that it is really important to have more than one trade line on your credit report. So a couple of different credit cards or a credit card and a line of credit that you use and pay off to build your credit, or a small loan. Lenders need to be able to see how responsible you are with credit. And if you don't have any credit, they have nothing to go off of, and it becomes a problem. They also like to see at least 2 years history on your credit. So that does take a little bit of pre-planning. Another point to note is that if he had been pre-approved, he would have known about the lack of credit issue in advance and could have taken steps to at least add another trade line. Overall, getting pre-approved makes for a simpler approval process, which is much less stressful.